High atop Mount Olympus, where the clouds kissed the peaks and the air was thin and pure, Hera, queen of the gods, nursed a heart heavy with sorrow, her regal demeanor masking the turmoil within. Her husband Zeus, king of Olympus, was renowned for his many conquests, both in battle and in love. His eye, it seemed, wandered too freely, often settling on mortal women whose beauty captivated him. This infidelity caused Hera great pain, a deep wound that festered with each betrayal. She was the goddess of marriage, yet her own union was plagued by Zeus's constant betrayals, a cruel irony that did not escape her. Hera's anger simmered, threatening to boil over with each new transgression, her patience wearing thin. The other gods whispered of Zeus's latest infatuation, their voices carrying tales of his indiscretions. This time it was Io, daughter of the river god Inachos, who had caught his wandering eye. Io was known throughout the land for her beauty and grace, a mortal whose allure was undeniable. Hera, her heart heavy with foreboding, knew she had to act for the sake of her dignity and her position. She would not stand idly by while Zeus added another name to his long list of conquests, another notch in his belt. Hera would protect her position, and she would have her revenge, a plan forming in her mind as she steeled herself for the confrontation to come. Io was indeed a sight to behold, a vision of beauty that seemed almost otherworldly. Her beauty was as radiant as the morning sun, casting a warm glow that could brighten even the darkest of days. As captivating as the full moon on a clear night, her presence was both enchanting and serene. She moved with an ethereal grace, her laughter like the tinkling of a mountain stream, bringing joy to all who heard it. One day, as Io strolled along the riverbank, a strange feeling washed over her, a sensation she couldn't quite understand. It began as a lightheadedness, a dizziness that made the world around her spin. Then came the dreams, vivid and intense. Vivid, unsettling dreams that left her heart pounding in her chest. Dreams that felt more real than reality itself. In these dreams, Zeus, the mighty king of the gods, appeared before her, his voice a low rumble that seemed to shake her very soul, echoing in her mind. He spoke of his love for her, of a passion that burned bright and fierce, a love that transcended the boundaries of the mortal and the divine. Io, though flattered by his words, was also afraid, her heart torn between fear and fascination. She was but a mortal, and he a god, a being of immense power and majesty. What could such a union bring but turmoil and despair? The thought of it filled her with a deep, unshakable dread, yet also a strange, inexplicable longing. Io confided in her father, the river god Inachos, about the strange dreams that plagued her. Inachos, a wise and ancient being, listened intently to his daughter's worries. He too had heard whispers of Zeus's reputation. The king of the gods was not known for his restraint, especially when it came to beautiful mortals. Inachos, fearing for his daughter's safety and the wrath of Zeus, sought the counsel of oracles. The news was not good. The oracles spoke of a great danger that would befall Io if she remained within the kingdom. She was to be the cause of much strife and sorrow. To save his daughter and his kingdom, Inachos made the heart-wrenching decision to send Io away. With a heavy heart, Inachos informed Io of his decision. She must leave the kingdom, he told her. For her own safety and the good of their people, Io was devastated. To be torn from her home, her family, everything she knew and loved was an unbearable thought, but she also understood the gravity of the situation. She would not be the cause of her people's suffering. With tears streaming down her face, Io bid farewell to her father and her home, venturing out into the unknown. She was alone, frightened and uncertain of what the future held, but she was also resolute. She would face whatever destiny had in store for her with courage and grace. Section 5. A clandestine meeting. Io wandered for what felt like an eternity, her heart heavy with sorrow. Zeus, watching from his throne on high Olympus, saw her plight. He admired her strength and resilience, and his desire for her grew stronger. He knew that Hera's watchful eye was ever upon him, so he devised a plan. One day, as Io sought shelter from the sun's scorching rays in a secluded grove, Zeus descended from Mount Olympus. He shrouded the entire area in a thick blanket of clouds, hiding his rendezvous with Io from Hera's prying eyes. There, in the cool shade of the grove, Zeus revealed himself to Io. Section 6. Hera's discovery. Hera, however, was not easily deceived. She felt a shift in the air, a subtle change in the atmosphere that betrayed her husband's infidelity. Her suspicions aroused, Hera descended from Mount Olympus, her eyes scanning the horizon. It wasn't long before she discovered the thick blanket of clouds that seemed out of place, almost deliberately concealing something beneath. Her heart pounding with a mixture of anger and betrayal, Hera ripped through the clouds, revealing her husband with Io. Section 7. The transformation of Io. Zeus, caught red-handed, panicked. He knew Hera's wrath would be swift and terrible. In a desperate attempt to protect Io, he transformed her. With a snap of his fingers, Io, the beautiful and graceful daughter of Inachos, was gone, replaced by a humble heifer, her hide as white as the purest snow. Hera, her eyes blazing with fury, was not fooled. She saw through Zeus's flimsy deception, recognizing the transformation as a desperate attempt to conceal his infidelity. Pretending to be oblivious to the heifer's true identity, Hera approached Zeus, her voice dripping with faux sweetness. Section 8. The watchful gaze of Argus. "What a magnificent creature," Hera remarked, her eyes fixed on the white heifer. "Where did you find such a rare and beautiful animal?" Zeus, ever the deceitful one, fabricated a story about how the heifer had simply wandered into the grove. Hera, playing along with the charade, expressed her admiration for the creature and insisted that Zeus give her the heifer as a gift. Zeus, unable to refuse without raising suspicion, reluctantly agreed. Hera, her prize secured, immediately summoned Argus Panoptes, a giant with 100 eyes, to watch over her new pet. Argus, with his countless eyes that never slept, was the perfect jailer. He would keep a watchful eye on the heifer, ensuring that Zeus could not undo the transformation and spirit Io away. Section 9. Hermes the Deliverer. Zeus, though a master of deception, was also deeply saddened by Io's fate. He watched helplessly as she grazed in the fields, her every move scrutinized by the ever-watchful Argus. Determined to free Io from her prison, Zeus summoned his son Hermes, the clever and cunning messenger of the gods. Zeus tasked Hermes with a dangerous mission to slay Argus and free Io. Hermes, never one to shy away from a challenge, readily agreed. Disguising himself as a shepherd, Hermes approached Argus, his lyre in hand. He lulled the giant into a false sense of security with enchanting melodies, his music weaving a tapestry of soothing sounds that slowly but surely closed Argus's many eyes. Section 10. Io's torment and journey. With Argus asleep, Hermes drew his sword, and with one swift stroke, he ended the giant's life. Io, freed from her watchful captor, looked upon Hermes with gratitude. Her joy, however, was short-lived. Hera, enraged by Hermes' defiance and the death of Argus, unleashed her fury upon Io. She sent a gadfly, a monstrous insect with a relentless sting, to torment the poor heifer. Driven mad by the gadfly's incessant biting, Io fled across the land, her journey taking her to the ends of the earth. She swam across raging seas, her mournful bellows echoing across the waves. She traversed vast deserts, her hooves scorching on the burning sands. Section 11. Refuge in Egypt. Io's journey, filled with trials and tribulations, finally came to an end in the distant and mysterious land of Egypt. This land, with its vast deserts and the life-giving Nile River, would become her sanctuary. There, by the tranquil banks of the Nile River, Zeus, filled with deep remorse for the suffering he had caused Io, pleaded earnestly with Hera to end Io's torment. His voice echoed with genuine regret and a desperate plea for forgiveness. Hera, her anger finally abating after witnessing Zeus's sincere repentance, agreed to release Io from the relentless gadfly's torment. Her heart, once hardened, softened in the face of Zeus's heartfelt plea. With a gentle touch, Zeus restored Io to her human form. The transformation was both miraculous and poignant, a testament to the power of the gods and their ability to alter fate. No longer a heifer, Io stood before Zeus, her eyes reflecting the weariness from her long ordeal, but also a profound sense of gratitude for her newfound freedom. Her journey had been arduous, but it had finally led her to this moment of peace. In the serene and ancient land of Egypt, Io found the peace and solace she had long yearned for. The landscapes, with their timeless beauty, offered her refuge from her past sufferings. In this land she bore Zeus a son, Epiphus, who would grow to become the founder of a great and enduring nation. His birth marked a new beginning, not just for Io, but for the legacy that would follow. And so, the tale of Io, the beautiful maiden who was transformed into a heifer by the whims of the gods, became a legend. This story, passed down through generations, serves as a poignant reminder of the capricious nature of the gods and the enduring power of love, resilience, and perseverance. And thus concludes this chapter of our journey through the rich tapestry of Greek mythology. The stories of gods, mortals, and their intertwined fates continue to captivate and inspire, but the story doesn't end here. There are many more tales waiting to be told, each more fascinating than the last. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the lives of these legendary figures and uncover more captivating tales of gods, monsters, and mortals. The adventure through the annals of mythology continues, promising more excitement and wonder.